Hello and welcome. How are you all doing? Good. Okay, so what's on tonight's menu is we'll be building some striking scorpions. Although on the back of the box, not really called striking scorpions, they're called blades of cane. So yeah, that I guess we'll be doing. I don't really have a green watch or anything, so yeah, they do a nice bright green watch, but yet to pick one up. It looks very similar to like striking scorpion colour. So yeah, we're going to build sort of 5 like we did with the scouts, or we're going to attempt to build 5. We'll start off with, well, the easiest the easiest models in the set, and that will be the kind of shrine models. They're both exactly the same, so we'll build those. Which are here. Here and here. So we'll get these out of the way with first. They're quite straightforward to, I say build, they're not really building, you're just gluing them on a base, aren't you? But then that gets rid of these immediately. Hope you're all well. Please do put in the comments below what you'll be working on tonight with me. It's always good to hear what people are working on. There'll be quite a few live streams this week. Maybe not in the evening, but sort of maybe in the morning. Try and have as many live streams as possible this week, because I've got some time off. Well, you've seen the pre-orders up for today on all the Black Library. New pre-orders. I'm definitely going to create another Visions of Heresy video. Maybe for this week. Or the start of next week, I haven't decided. Kind of want to get the review out for these scorpions this week though. Hello Evan, how are you doing? I recorded a video because of your suggestion today. It's quite a short video, but I did it. Very far back in the old chair today. Oh, yeah, that's better. I'll move these up a bit. So lower they are. Okay. Oh, that's way better. That's way better. Good, thanks, Dale. How are you? How does this compare to the old Striking Scorpions? I've literally just taken one, you jump in the gun massively, my friend. Literally just clipped off one piece off the sprue. It's too early to tell. Looks wise, I mean the old Striking Scorpions, I never had the fine cast ones. So I kind of skipped the generation. The ones that I have are the metal ones. And these look similar to those. I wasn't a big fan of the fine cast unit. The Striking Scorpions have a tendency of looking a bit cartoonish, a bit, the features a bit obtuse, if you understand what I'm saying. Over proportioned, maybe. Howling Banshees can suffer the same thing too. Don't get me wrong. I just prefer the look of all the older Aspect Warriors. So if they just brought the old Aspect Warriors back, but in plastic, I'd be a happy farseer. But hey, you know, these are plastic Aspect Warriors, and progress is progress. I want to support the Eldar range as much as I possibly can. I think it's definitely had a bit of a back seat. We got a good avatar, but why do you think that? Why do you think Scouts will be 5 in a box? I think Striking Scorpions will be 5 because Howling Banshees are 5, but Scouts are Primaris, and Reavers come in a box of 10. So I think we'll get a box of 10 Scouts for the same price as the Reavers, for £37.50, and I think we'll get these 5 Scorpions in a box of 5 for £37.50. Now, before you shoot me down and go, super, there's no way Games Workshop would charge £37.50 for 5 Striking Scorpions. Well, guess what? They do it already. The Howling Banshees. I checked today, I checked earlier, because I thought that would come up. And I checked it because I've reviewed the Scouts today. So, you know. Building up some Leviathan Terminators. Practice recipes, interesting. Except the Leviathan Termies are all easy to build, push to fit. Whereas I think the Deathwing Assault ones are the multi-part kit. But hey, you know, practice is practice, I guess. You'll have a lot of fun with the multi-part ones, I'll tell you that. Right, let's build this Exarch. Oh, what will I build him as? I'm going to get the Eldar Codex, to be fair. Oh. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, look at this beautiful codex. Absolutely beautiful. This one. Oh, it's one of my favourites, probably. Really enjoy it. Yeah, it's a lovely codex. Right, where are we? I'm assuming the rules are going to be very similar. Yeah, so Exarch. So the Exarch chainsword can be replaced with one Scorpion's Claw, and that is strength times 2, so that'll be 6. AP minus 3, damage 2. It's pretty nice. Don't like how the numbers they're not aligned, are they? Then you can replace the pistol and chainsword with one biting blade. So Exarch. So typically, this is really odd. Okay, so typically they're all equipped with chainswords, but then you swap the chainsword with a claw, or you swap the pistol and chainsword with a biting blade. But this picture here shows 2 chainswords. Oh, but there is a shuriken pistol there. So that is the default. Then that is the claw, and then that is the biting blade. Right, what is the biting blade about? Well, it's a strength plus 2, so that's strength 5, AP minus 2. You get 2 additional attacks. Already got 4, so 6 attacks. Scorpion's Claw. I might go for the biting blade, but the claw does look good, and it doesn't look like there's any. So 4 attacks at strength 6. No, we're going to go for the claw, I think. Just because there's no, even though that doesn't look like the best pose, and I do like the rule of cool. How many? 4 to 9. So yeah, we've got 10 there. So we'd only have, well, we could have 2 with 2 Exarchs, I guess. And then you've got an Inari Striking Scorpion Exarch. That's quite cool. So you can have these all as Inaris. Okay. What did they build theirs as? There's an Exarch there. They just built one Exarch. I kind of want to build 2 Exarchs. That middle one's quite cool looking though. With the dual chain swords. Let's just go basic, and let's just go for the Scorpion's Claw. Why not? Let's just do that. Oh, right. Okay. So, let's grab these bases. And these bases look huge though. 32 mil. I guess they are 32 mil. I mean, they're bigger than the 20 28mm. Are they 32mm though? I don't think they are. They're like 25, 26. They're like 28mm. They're not 32mm. It shows that you get 32mm for them, but they're 28. And the Scouts as well. It shows the Scouts. It shows the Scouts as 28mm. But they're all 28mm. It's bizarre. I just want to check something, guys. Evening, Maxim. How you doing? Well, I'm going to put them on 28mm anyway. So, and I put them on these 28mm. These are the bases that the set came with, and I've put the Scouts on those 28s. So we're gonna keep with that. Right. So we need some bodies. Okay, so you've got a couple of options there. We're going to go for the single tacet, which would be 61, 3 and 4. 61, 3 and 4. I'm not used to this kit whatsoever. 61. Oh, there we go. And then legs, B1 and B2. I guess this is the leg sprue. That's number 2. I forgot just how thin and spindly Eldar are. Hey. Oh, so he's got some accessories then. On a completely different sprue somewhere else, I'm imagining. Well, it might be this one. Well, we want the claw, so we'll take the claw off. The claw does look a bit funky. Give it that. Yeah, it's got to be 66. No. There's a 70 piece on here. With some grenades that are B7. There we are. That's the grenades. But what's this item? It's like some kind of little pouch. Looks just like that. I think these are the same sprue, these two. Oh no. Yeah, they've got to be the same sprue, those two. There's 67. Maybe it's no, it's a little pouch. Should be. It's got to be that, even though that looks like it's 54. Okay, so a bit of a where's Wally for these parts. B70. It's part of the arm. Oh no, I think it's the shuriken. There it is. I'm not used to these shuriken mounts on close combat weapons. And then we've got a blade as well, which is 69. Got to be this one. Okay, 69. And that's about it. So a fair number of parts there for just the X-Arc. Let me get a bit closer. What watch have I got? Going old school today. Very old school today. I think it's actually my cheapest watch. I would never classify like a watch that you get bought for a birthday or Christmas or just as a gift as your cheapest just because you got it free. I still would say, oh well, it's still worth such and such, you know. But no, it's definitely my cheapest watch. It's got the best backlight ever. Ready? This will blow your minds. Okay, look at that. Now I call that energy saving backlight. You can't really tell the time with it, with the backlight on. And those that can have clearly eat carrots every day. So they're so underrated, carrots. Oh, thank you, Captain Bran. Yeah, I did see that might take a while to filter through, but I did see the past couple of days, people have been using the link. So I really, really, oh, that means the world to me. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Uh, you know, it's good because you just need to click the link once, and then save that page, and then I think it just remembers it. When you click that on your favorite. I know everybody's different, and some people might just start typing into Google like element, and then it'll load up something, and then you click element, and But if you do it that way, yeah, they have no idea. But the crystal code is good. You would have got double the crystals for that as well if you use the code. That's a fair chunk of crystals you'll be getting because you'll get double. So yeah, that would be worth you using that code. I'm not sure whether, like, for people that forget to use the code and things, whether after you do an order, their customer service is pretty good. Well, my experience, and I think if you like contact them or email them and say, oh yeah, I forgot to use the code or whatever. Here's my actual crystal code. Could you add it? A bit like the codes for getting like free coffees and things like that. I think if you keep your receipt, you're pretty good to go for those kind of things. They just add it on to your account another time, don't they? So it's a sidelight. It certainly is. It certainly is. Yeah, I mean, wearing really cheap watches, or for me at least, just wearing watches in general, seems like it's more of like a fashion, more of like a piece of clothing now than an actual thing that it was designed for, which is just to tell the time, isn't it? Let's face it. But I worked it out that there's a clock in here. There's the time on my microwave, the time on my oven, on my fridge, on in the car, on your computer even. There's the little clock on your phone, of course. I mean, you just can't escape it, can you? Really, it's everywhere. Um, but I don't know. I just feel a bit. If I haven't got something on my wrist, it just feels a bit. I don't feel naked, but something. I guess you're used to it, aren't you? You're used to wearing something. It's part of you, and when you don't wear it, yeah, you don't feel like you. Maybe. And I know the watches pretty well. A little bit like video games. Like not many people can pick up one video game and then go to another one and remember all the buttons and things. But with watches, and with video games actually, I can do both. I can remember quite well what functions do what and which buttons do what. With the exception of like a couple of the analog watches that are also sort of digital, if that makes sense. Um, like changing those times manually when they're set up for automatic signals is a bit, yeah, I need to download the instruction manual for that probably. But all the digital ones fine. Yeah, so many cookies about these days. Did anyone pick up anything from the Black Library pre-orders today? I was very tempted to pick up the Art of the Heresy book, but then I remembered I've got a bigger book with more Art of the Heresy that I own that was cheaper. No, it wasn't cheaper. Sorry, it's more expensive. It was £5 more. But yeah, I've already got artwork. The NL book. Yeah, the New York model looks good. I might order him. I don't know. I'm tempted. He does look quite cool. Out of all the armies, probably orcs are one of the ones that I've nearly completed, like collecting. I think sort of Space Marines and Horus Heresy are armies that, you know, I don't think I'll ever finish. But definitely like orcs and Necrons and even Tyranids and Eldar. Sisters of Battle. I think I only need a couple more tanks for Sisters and they're fully finished. I guess I should really start building that battle force sometime soon that I got 2 years ago. Night Lords. Oh yes. I'm sure I've... it's not a new novel, is it? I'm sure I've read that one. I can't remember it though. I've got it somewhere. That's an A3, A2 poster. Oh. I think they do sell posters though, A3 posters of some of the cover art. It might not have been Horus Heresy. It might have been a little bit of Horus Heresy. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've been to an event, but usually they have them at the events. Some of the artwork. I'd like to get a couple. Don't get me wrong. I would like to get a couple. It's just deciding which ones to get. And how they would fit in with the Imperial Palace maps. You know, the Siege of Terra maps. Reader's Choice. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure I read that early 2000s or so. You know, I'm sure I read that. Mould lines, not too bad so far. Certainly nowhere near as bad as Mechanicus. And definitely nowhere near as bad as the scenery. I suppose I could put the scenery here. It's what can I say? It's just scenery. I did a video on the scenery today, and that was the extra video I did. I guess you could probably put the scenery on the you know, the actual Salvation box set of scenery. I guess it would work quite well on that rig. They would be my two. I'd have three. I'd have three complexes if, like, money was no option and I wanted three kill team battle environments that were kind of built, painted, permanent fixtures to like a gaming room or something. I'd want an offshore rig, definitely, multi-levels and you know, some nice ocean. I'd want a kind of like a hive city type slums area, because then I could use that for Necromunda. But I'd also use that for Kill Team. And then the third one, which again I could probably use for Necromunda or Horus Heresy, would be a kind of underground military bunker type thing. I'd probably use that for demons and psychers and inquisitors as well. But they would be my three little battlefields for a kill team. Board, play area, whatever you want to call it. Right. Okay, let's put body together. That looks like it goes this way. Alright, that's quite straightforward. They're just a bit, like Sisters and Mechanicus, they're just a bit fiddly. You know, if you're used to Space Marines and Orcs in a way, just larger minis, then these are going to be a bit finicky for you. Might just be me with my only hands. Got to clench those cheeks. Oh, we clenched too hard then. There we go. Spending far too much time making sure that those cheeks meet. It's important, it's important. Okay. Don't forget his little tactical Eldritch Rock. Yeah, massively don't trust that. grenades in this pouch on. We could put the shuriken pistol on that claw right now. It's just nice building Eldar again. They are pretty cool minis. I've no idea how this is going to go on though. I have no idea. I think that just sits in a spot just there. I won't know until okay. How about this pouch then? They just love it when they show a picture of where an item goes on a model from behind it. Okay. I don't know how or why some glue got onto the pouch there, but there's not much we can do about that. Now, the head. You've got a choice. I'm going to go for the old school one with the Mandy blasters. So we want this one. So we want B77 and the Mandy blasters, and then we want 78 and 79. It looks like 78. These dreadlock type things, I don't know what they are. I don't think they're the hair of the Exarch. I don't think they are. But the Mandy blasters do look cool. Okay, so mandiplaster's done, and then this hair, or whatever they call it. Okay, right, so that looks like it goes there, potentially. Yeah, let's try it. Yeah, fine. I mean, they do say put the hair on first before the mandiplasters, but I would have put the mandiplasters on first. But anyway, that's done. And then we'll actually put the head on. Now there is a plug and socket for the head, but I think you could snip that off and then place the head in whichever direction you wish. But if you don't, then you'll end up with him looking like that. Very cool mini. I like that. Yeah. Looks better than I thought it would. Looks better than in the pictures. That's come out quite well. See if I can just remove the gap in that armour though. Yeah, that will help. So yeah, there's the X-Arc complete. Now onto some normal striking scorpions, and these are going to be a bit of a pain. I say a pain because they're going to. Oh, here we go. So this is just a normal. So yeah, you then build it again, but as a normal striking scorpion. I mean, you could build another X-Arc if you want, if you wished. Yeah, what we'll do. Because they want you to build that one, and then there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Well, that's 2. Okay, they're just giving you 2 per one. All right, my bad. Let's build the other X-Arc, but as a normal striking scorpion. So we'll just have one X-Arc, fine. Right. So B6, 5, 4. You actually use different chest parts and things for this. B5. Sorry, B6. Oh, B4. And B6 is this one. Okay. And then 1 and 2 again. I mean, the biting blade does look nice. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice looking weapon. There we go. 1 and 2. Yeah, so I aim to do another live stream Monday morning. As I say, I've got some time off, so should hopefully be back. Can't do a live stream tomorrow, unfortunately. B7 and 84. B7. There's 84. That's 7. Right, I think weapons and head now. Yes, a B9. It's got to be that one. I do like the long curved chain swords. B8 for the pistol. There it is. Oh, sorry about that. I was sneezing a fair bit yesterday, actually. B10 and 11. Here we go. B10. So looking for the helmeted head. There's 12. Yeah, these sprues are a treasure hunt. Certainly are. There we go. Right, so each striking scorpion is pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces each. I don't know if that helps anyone, but yeah. I guess you can conveyor belt these. You can mass produce these. I think you can get all of the parts for one and then cut the other parts out, put them there, and so on. So yeah, it's doable, so long as you don't mix all the parts up, I think. What? I'm looking at the codex. That's all. Thank you, Evan. Thank you. Yeah, an executioner isn't that a Dark Reapers, and then a Triskele is, or is an executioner blade the double-handed thing for banshees? I think. Can't remember what Dark Reaper exarchs get. Even though I've got the codex right here, I could cheat. And have a look, but the Triskele is definitely Howling Banshees, because Jane Czar has that, doesn't she? She's a nice model. I hope we get all the Phoenix Lords, actually. I was hoping that we'd get Karandras with these. A new Fugan would be fantastic. A new Baroth, I think it is, would be cool. And Azuman. Is it Azuman? Azure Man? Can't pronounce his name. But we've got Morgan Ra and Jane Czar. But the others would be awesome. When I had my metal, I still have got the metal avatar, but when I had the metal avatar, there were rules to have it with the exarchs of the craft world, and that would be like Court of the Young King, and yeah, that was quite cool. I'm thinking this week for the live streams, we will mix it up quite heavily. I want to build the Acheron, like I really do. I want to build the Acheron from start to finish. So don't be surprised if Monday there's a notification to say, you know, Super is building the Night Acheron. Yeah, from start to finish, that one. Because I got ill and I was working a lot over December, so I didn't release as much as I had hoped. And there were other things that got in the way. But that's what I'm planning this week, is building the Acheron, and then anything else is a bit of a bonus. So the bonus, I'd say, is finishing the Thunderhawk, and also painting more of the Dimorchiron. Well, finishing the Dimorchiron would be great, and painting more of the Warbringer. So they are the projects for this week. Most likely will be Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Thursday morning. Might be Thursday evening though. Friday morning. I can't do a live stream next week, Saturday evening. Oh, I could do actually. It's either the Saturday or the Sunday. But yeah, we'll see. I'll try and get some more out for you all. Any other 40k minis you want to build on stream? Well, the Acheron's kind of a 40k mini. The Warbringer's a 40k, and so is the Thunderhawk. So there are those. The thing is, like, I could finish the Asterius on stream, but it's just boring bits. I just think people would be bored watching me file like these. You know, in between all of these, there's so many to do, and it does test your sanity. Well, it tests my sanity. I don't know. Over the next couple of months, there might not be a lot of new release content, but there'll still be plenty of videos. There'll still be plenty of content. And I'm keeping with the Watch Sunday. No, I'm keeping on the non-Warhammer Day on the Sunday. I'm keeping with that. I think I've done quite well so far by releasing something non-Warhammer. Who knows? There might even be a knife video. on a Sunday. Imagine that. Hey, and we've only got 7 months or so before Space Marine 2. And there'll be some live streams of that, I'm sure. Really looking forward to that. Yeah, I get that. I like the you know, peace and quiet of a build stream, but when you're just kind of clearing resin parts and it's the same resin part, I just think, yeah. I just get the impression that people would rather watch me paint the Dimachieron or paint a Titan than clean up Forge World. That's all. But I'm sure many people just don't, they're not that fussed. And after all, it's everybody it's the viewers that make the stream. Everyone that comments, firing all the questions at me and things. I feel anyway. Like, I didn't really get into Old World. There was nothing that, as much as I'd like a Tomb King's army, that box set is very intimidating to me. There's a lot of plastic. And yeah, I'm sure it wouldn't take long to spray and dry brush and paint bone, but it's just a lot of minis, and it's a lot of old minis, and it's a lot of new money for old minis, if you know what I mean. Money just does not go very far these days, and that being said, you is it a paywall? Oh, I don't know, but you're only getting one new mini technically, and a lot of people are fine with that, clearly, because these sets have been sold out. But I never had that initial attraction to Tomb Kings, and if you have had that, good for you. That's great. I guess it's probably one of the reasons why I like Space Marines so much, and Titans really is because I had that attraction to those games and those minis early on. And I guess it's the same for people with Old World, maybe. Who wants to build 20-year-old minis? Yeah, and I've seen some of the mold lines on them. Oh. Wow. I thought the mold lines on this scenery were bad, but the old world stuff is worse, I think. But they're probably horde armies, and you're going to be putting them in movement trays, so it's not the same as these individual kind of minis for an individual sort of game like Kill Team or 40k, really. Yeah, that's the thing. I think a lot of people buy some of the old world minis, especially the new Forge World ones, for display. And Old World has done well for Age of Sigmar too. Without it, who knows if we would get a new re-release of of my bay right here. Oh, sorry guys, I probably should have given you a warning to get a sight of this gorgeous girl on a Saturday evening, on her way clubbing, most likely, to try and get as many free drinks as she possibly can out of guys that have far too much disposable income. But yeah, it's nice that we're getting her, and it's nice that we're. Are we getting this chap back? I don't know. Are we getting the Rogue Idol back? I don't know. He's rock hard, I tell you. You don't know how tempted I am every time I look at this model to just quickly spray him grey sear, and then just shade the absolute hell out of him, and then give him a dry brush of like lighter grey and white, and then have him done. I'm so tempted every time I look at him to do that, but I haven't yet. The hag is timeless. Yeah, it's nice to know that she's not going anywhere. She'll always be with us. I mean, there is a pungent, fishy smell emanating from her presence, but that is, I assure you, the big net draped over her right shoulder, absolutely bursting and brimming with the local fauna, the local aquatic delicacies. Or it could just be her fragrance. Odor fish. Release your inner local fauna. Yeah. The thing is, it'd probably just end up like the squig, where I sprayed the squig and then I citadel coloured and I contrasted the squig, and then he's just sat there. He's just sat there sunburnt. What time are we at? Almost time for a little drink. Okay, I'll build this and then I'll grab a drink. Smelly striking scorpions. Indeed. We need Games Workshop minis that come with smells. Maybe. Or maybe not. I mean, some of those Nurgle minis probably faint from the putrid aroma. buy a great unclean one and you barely open the seal and pass out. Okay, it's very important that you focus on the cheek alignment. They need to be very symmetrical. Trust me on this. There's nothing worse than asymmetrical cheeks. Right. On that bombshell. Put some Mandy blasters on here. There we go. And it's time for my favourite part. Pin the grenades on the Scorpion. It's a new game I've invented where we have to kind of guess roughly where the grenade and the ammunition, sorry, the magazines will attach to. It's a similar story for this pouch. It's actually not a pouch, it's a holster, isn't it? Okay, now this model may look familiar to you because, surprise, it's the X-Arc, but not an X-Arc. Sneaky GW with their twin models. Why can't they just make all 10 completely different? Oh, and that's the Games Workshop glue. Doing all the heavy lifting there. Right. See, I'm sure these should go on 32mm bases, but they supply you with 28mm. Oh well. Scratch and sniff with mould line remover. What would the hag smell like? Sweaty ham and rotten fish, maybe oyster, maybe dead bodies, maybe kind of like a sweet sort of fungus smell as well. I'm getting earthy tones. It wouldn't be nice, tell you that. Well, I mean, one of her attacks, she literally throws up on her enemies, so that works. It's a bit boring, but that Scorpion works. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so X-Arc, but not an X-Arc. You can tell by the tactical rock. There's enough differences, I guess, between them. Oh well, whatever. That's 2 Scorpions done. 8 more to go. And I think it's about time. It's about time, actually. me to go and grab a drink. I'm going to go grab a hot drink. It's not particularly cold today. It's been raining in Norfolk. It rained a lot yesterday and Tuesday. Okay. So we've got these two twins to build. But I remember what one of the members said from last week? About, alternating the poses or cutting all the weapons off, and then you can swap them. And I think you can swap them. You can definitely swap the heads, because you can clut. Yeah, you can clut. You can cut the head, the neck plug off. And in terms of the arms, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But let's get the next two ready. What I want to get in piles is the same sprues. So, because I'm getting a bit confused when I go through them. Where's that one in it? This is the strangest game of Snap I've ever played here. I keep thinking it's that, but it's not. These two are the same. Nope. I don't know, maybe all these three are different. 4 are different. But we need 17 and 18. There's 17. There's 18. And then we need a 16. Which is the chest plate. Are there any females? That's what I want to know. Not in general, but are there any females, female striking scorpions? Or are they all male? Because all the Howling Banshees are female. And then I think the, what are they called? What are the blue ones called? The Dire Avengers. I think there's male and female of those. Games Workshop, thank you for putting both legs on the same sprue for me. You're very kind. Oh, we might actually be onto a winner. This sprue might have everything we need. It might not. Oh, we've got the weapons. Good. Oh, the head. I've got a good feeling about this. 22. Oh, 23. Yes, got everything. We've got everything on one sprue. Amazing. Congratulations, Games Workshop. Now, with the other one, I'm kind of going to do the same, which is this sprue, but I'm going to just leave the weapons to one side. And actually leave the head to one side. Yeah, so we'll leave those there. So we've got the middle, we just need the 18 and the chest. There is the chest. And probably even get away with using different magazines and grenades for this one. But that's the core of him. And his legs. So we've got his legs, his chest, and his sort of power plant. He doesn't have a pouch because he's, I don't know why he doesn't have a pouch, his holster for his shuriken pistol, but he doesn't. So we're gonna have a look at other weapons and see if we can then put those weapons on this one. I think it can be done. I'm not ruling it out, but before we do that, I must go and get a drink, and yeah, I'll be back in a second. Well, back in a couple of minutes actually. So spared no expense from the channel's budget. Here is the high-tech sign. Right, I'll leave you with my bay. Okay, I am back. Ooh. Let's resume building these striking scorpions. Up. Hope you enjoyed your little time with my bay. I'll pop it back on the shelf. Not figuratively. Okay, let's carry on. So this is a new build, new scorpion, I think. So I haven't built one of these ones before, and it gives us an opportunity to find out whether we can swap the weapons around, because if we can't, you're gonna have you might as well call these twin scorpions rather than striking scorpions, or maybe striking twins, but whatever you call them, they're going to look the same, so we want to avoid that. I mean, especially in a game like Kill Team, where you've got a smaller force, you want all of your, as a characters of that Kill Team, to be as individual as any individual can in fully enclosed armor. I guess. You know, custodians get around that by having all of their hundreds of names written on the inside of their armor, don't they? So I doubt striking scorpions have anything quite like that. They're a bit too squishy for that. Just going to clean up the other one as well while we're at it. Hope everyone can hear me today. I'm not using the wired mic. So that might have changed. The stream might be okay, but for some reason I've got higher. It's odd, isn't it? Like my stream that I'm watching, I can watch myself in a way. That goes to higher quality when it's myself, but when I'm watching other YouTube videos, YouTube are like, nah, we'll give you the lower quality. It's like, oh cheers, thanks for that. Couldn't you just reverse that and give me the default lower quality when my stream is playing, because there's not really any need for me to have the stream running at high quality for playback for myself. I need it running, but not in such a high quality. When I view it, this is probably the highest quality I can get for you guys, without me getting a different camera and setting it up to a computer, doing it that way, which I would love to do, don't get me wrong, but we're probably about a year off that. No, it's a YouTube issue. It's a YouTube app. They, on your phone as well as on your tablet, they purposely put it to as low quality as they can, and even if you put your settings to a default to a high quality, they're cheeky, they'll reduce it. I know why. It's to save their bandwidth and their servers and things. You know, can you imagine how many videos there are on YouTube? God. You know. Oh. Here's a question. I get asked a lot of questions, but here's a question. If you can answer, answer. Which aspect warriors would you like to see next in plastic, if you could have any? I mean, you can get the Phoenix Lord as well. I'll give you that. So in that case, you know, the Phoenix Lord might be the deciding factor of which aspect warriors you choose. But what would you like to see in plastic? Swooping Hawks, okay. Yeah, if they make their rules better as well. Swooping Hawks have always had weak rules. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. Swooping Hawks would go well with the old Exarch, not the Exarch, the whatchamacallit, that one. What's it called? Autarch. Yeah, Autarch with wings, isn't it? Yeah, very nice. Azure Men. There we go. You've got Azure Men. You've got Fugan, Baroth, Karandras. That's it, really. Still need to build the Void Reavers from the box set. Get some new Fire Dragons. We could get some new Swooping Hawks. The Wraithguard kit is good. Oh, Warp Spiders. Is there a Warp Spider Exarch? I mean, they are an aspect warrior. Never heard of a Warp Spider Exarch. Oh! Yeah, you've just read my mind, Brevin. You said that. No known Warp Spider Phoenix Lord. What are those other? What's the other aspect with jump packs and the long guns? They're on Forge World. I've forgotten their name. One of the viewers was telling me about them once. Void Reapers? Void something? No, not those. But there were three. Yes. I think it's Shadow Spectres. Yeah. I wonder if they had a Phoenix Lord. I'm sure you could only get three. Yeah, they didn't really push those very much, did they? I don't know. Do you think the number of Aspect Warriors, like the variants, are enough, or would you like to see more? Irilith? Okay. Is it Irilith not plastic? Is it still fine cast? Ah, fine cast, okay. I remember, I think it had a metal model. Maybe that fine cast is a version of the metal model. A copy of it. If so, that model is very old. Over 20 years old. Or maybe just about. No, it's over 20 years old. Like 24 years old, 25. You know. It's a little bit off topic, but Maxim, have you played the Final Fantasy demo? You probably haven't. I haven't. But I'm just wondering if you downloaded it and if you played it. I was thinking about getting it, but it's £70, and I don't think I can get it anywhere cheaper. And I think I paid like 65 for Spider-Man 2. And I completed that, platinumed it, and sold it. But I just know Final Fantasy. I'll get my money's worth. Put it that way. I think I got my money's worth with Spider-Man, but Final Fantasy, I would play that more, and I would enjoy it more as well. And it's a keeper as well. That's the thing. it's a keeper because of the music. Like, the music is just so good. It sounds so good. Oh no. Okay, fine. Yeah, part of me does want to play it. I also don't want to spoil it for myself. Do they still have the gauge on the new? I'll give you some feedback if they do. I'll send you a message or something. It sounds like they still do. Yeah, yeah. I really like the combat in 16. You know, it's progress, isn't it? It's moving forward. Yes, it turns it more into an action game, but it works very well. Okay, right, that's that one done. So we'll build this one the way they say, and then we've got a and then we've got a blueprint then of how we're gonna not build this one again. And then we'll go on the hunt for some different weapons. Okay, so they don't really give you the satisfaction of joining both cheeks on this scorpion. I feel cheated. The tactical rock looks quite cool though for this one. I do like that. Pin the grenades on the scorpion time. So I think they go about there. Yeah. No pouch for this one, I don't think. But we'll pop the arms on. I think the heaviest one is the pistol. Shuriken pistol. At a bizarre angle. Yep, we'll put that one there. Yeah, that's a fine looking scorpion, that's okay. These are looking better than I thought that they would, so. So that's our base, and then this one, we'll just clean up these parts and then we'll find a couple of weapons that look okay. Yeah, what I wanted to do this week though, paint-wise, is complete the Dimacheron, because then I can review it, and also get paint in the wall, bring a bit more. Okay, right. How many pots of Northern oil did I get? I bought 2, and I pretty much rinsed them, and I think that cost me almost a tenner. So yeah, if you're buying a Titan, you're probably going to need about 50 quid's worth of Northern oil. I'm probably going to need about £100 worth of Northern oil to finish all the Titans. Just thinking about it. Oh well. Right, we're going to build this base. So we're going to build the legs and the body. We'll put him on the base, and then we'll try and make him look different to the other one, because I don't like models that look exactly the same. And believe me, these look exactly the same. Not good at all. At least with the scouts, they all look different. Completely different heads. The only things that you can kind of tell are the legs slightly, but everything else is different. Whereas these scorpions, they need a bit of work to set them apart from each other. Sorry, I'm gone a bit quiet for a moment there. Perhaps that's a good thing. Yeah, I'd like to pick up the new book from Mike Brooks, the New York one. I have been, like I said in my video today, I have been impressed with his books, like the Alfarius and The Lion, and you know his other orc novels. So yeah, quite cool. He's doing well. Plus, if it gives Guy Haley a rest, then I'm all for that. That guy just he just cranks out the novels, doesn't he? Bless him. Am I getting the next Kill Team box? What, the Night Lord one? No. I'll probably get the Night Lord separate. I don't know. I'm decided. I mean, Night Lords aren't a faction that I have my sets on collecting. If I was going to get them, I'd only get the releases for the channel and nothing else, not for a collection or, you know, anything like that. Definitely not for Heresy either. You know, my decision is final on the Legions. I've decided to collect those 6. Other than like Primarchs in and out of Legions that I'm not going to collect. You know, like I've got Magnus and I've got Sanguinius and Khan. You know, and even Horus. Like, even though I've got Horus and I'd like the OG Horus, I still wouldn't collect the Sons of Horus. Of course, no. Right, let's have a look at some alternate weapons and make a decision. So we've got these two, 45 and 44. Which is not that. 40, no, not that either. 45 and 44. There we go, there's 45. And 44 is the pistol. There it is. Right, so we've got this option. Or we have 57 and 56. There's 57. And 56 is here. So these are the options for this guy. So we're not using the standard, which is what this one has. We have the choice of these. Oh, we could even mix and match the blades with the pistols. So this blade is for this pistol, I think. Maybe. Okay. So that one's outstretched. So that one's probably there. This one, oh, that one's also outstretched. I don't know, they're gonna look a bit odd. That one definitely looks odd. That one looks better. What about the pistol? Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not going to work for me. It's going to have to be that one, I think. Yeah, because pistol down and then blade. Oh. Blade out. That could work. Can I have the blade up? What about that blade up? Nah, that doesn't work. So, yeah, I've decided on the two. It's these two. Okay. Blade up, like issuing a challenge kind of thing, and then pistol down, and then we'll work on the head. So this is how I'm gonna operate these and get around the twin issue. I hope they sell that upgrade sprue for Night Lords. Is it just an upgrade sprue for Chaos Space Marines? I thought it was all brand new minis. I hope they just bring out the... Is it 10 Night Lords you get? I hope they just bring them out separate in a box. That would be quite cool. Okay. That's 10 normal Chaos Space Marines. What? Yeah, if it's just 10 normal Chaos Space Marines with an upgrade sprue and they're selling them in a box set as Night Lords, yeah, I'll skip that. There's no way. I mean, if it was like a completely new set, then yeah. And I think that they will do that. I think they will sell it separate with the upgrade sprue included, because they will. I don't think they'll sell that sprue separate. No. I think the only way you're going to be able to get that will be through a box set of them. It's a bit. It sucks a bit, doesn't it? Let's face it, guys. It does suck a bit. Noise Marines, yeah, that would be good. That would be a good one for them to do. Just Emperor's Children in 40k really. You know, we've got Fulgrim Ascended. You could use him for the 40k. The only downside for that though is it's going to alienate quite a few people. You know, 40k is normally plastic, isn't it? And Fulgrim Ascended is kind of Horus Heresy mini. So I don't think Games Workshop could get away with it just yet, of saying, oh yeah, we brought out a load of 40k Emperor's Children, and they're led by Fulgrim Ascended. You know, you can't really expect 40k players to spend sort of almost 200 quid on Fulgrim Ascended if they want him in their army. You know, it's not like it's 100 quid Angron, is it? You know, it's pretty much double the price. Right, heads. I don't know about heads. Let's just pick 59 and 60. There's 59. And 60 is the mandible, if I can find them. Oh no, 59, 58 should I say. That's 55, 59. Not on any of these. 58. We found it. Mission accomplished. Okay, right. So we'll put together this one, and then I think we've got time for one more. And it'll just be a base one, you know, so it'll be built by numbers again. So one that we haven't built yet. And then I must remember to change the arms for its second version. Storming through these means I should be able to get a review out for them in for Wednesday, I'm thinking. What kind of new units would you want to see add to specific Case Marines roster? Dark Mechanica massively. I just want to see a new faction other than like squats. You know, I think Dark Mechanicum or Dark Mechanicus would be great. I'm looking forward to Solar Auxilia. Not so much the troops, because I'm a bit fatigued of sort of £50 box sets of 20 minis and things, a bit like Space Marines. You know, they could have done something different. They could have put, I don't know, 40 or, hang on, sorry, 40 or 30 Solar Auxilia in a box set and charge the same price as the Horus Heresy Space Marines Mark armour, but they didn't. They're kind of keeping it in that same field, which is a bit disappointing, because definitely more than 40k right now. Horus Heresy was all about numbers and just throwing bodies at problems. Well, for the Imperium it always has been that, but I think yeah, I would have liked to have, right, so this is quite an important bit, so I'm just going to sort of stop myself. I'm going to cut this knob off, so that means we can rotate the neck in the joint, and that's important because we can then pose the head looking at where the blade is pointing. So I think that's fine, and it's definitely better than another version of that. You know, I could have had the blade down, but the fact that he's pointing as he's got his leg bent, it's fine. From the side it looks good, from there it looks whatever, but from the side it looks fine. And that's what I was aiming for with this, is to not have another one of those, is to have like this one. Yeah, they don't look the same, which is what I was aiming for. If I had his blade down, he would have looked a little bit more like that one. So that's good. I'm happy that that's worked out the way it has. Death Guard, we've got Death Guard. Thousand Suns, we've got Thousand Suns. World Eaters, we've got World Eaters. Emperor's Children need to have their own specific dreadnought. They do, but I can't see it happening. People wanted Plastic Heresy, and this is what they've got. They've got Plastic Heresy. You can't have it both. You can't have it both ways. There will always be sacrifices made. And the sacrifice made was the stepping back from Legion specific units, other than non-Legion specific consoles, and Ascended Primarchs. That was your sacrifice. You can't have it all. They can't keep plugging away and giving you chapter specific things like the dreadnoughts. Like these are gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, absolutely gorgeous. But it's just not sustainable for them to do that anymore. So we've got the silly torsos. But yeah, it would have been nice to see Leviathan specific ones. But we've got their specific Contemptors, or we did have, and even like Night Lords, we got the Leviathan one, didn't we? Right, I'm babbling on a bit, so let me find out where I am. I'm on these two here. So let's get 26 and 25. I'm going to build one more and then call it there. Just to give you a heads up. So 26 and 25. That's 25. 26, 25. And then we've got 30, 29, 28. 28. Oh, there's 30. Then we just need 29. I bet we have to go on a mission to find this one. Oh no, not too far of a mission. But it was on a completely different sprue. Finally get to use this rock. That's another thing. You might want to choose not to use the rocks, or when you come to paint them slightly different, or cover them in grass, or whatever you want to do. 31, 33 and 32. 33 and 32. And then we'll need a head for this one. So, no pouch again. I think the only two that had pouches was the Exarch kind of minis. So 34 and 35 for me for the head. these parts up. And then we've built 5, and we've just got 5 more to go, which I'll probably do off camera. These have been all right to build. Not many options though. You know, can I recommend this kit? I think if you just want to get 5, and I know that Games Workshop will sell 5 for £37.50, I think that's a lot of money for 5 for what you're getting. You're definitely going to be better spending the same money on the 10 Scouts. They have way more options, way more customizability, loads more spare parts. You know what this kit reminds me of? The Howling Banshees. I don't know why Eldar are getting done dirty at Games Workshop, but they are. And it's annoying because the avatar model, is so good. It makes you want to buy 3 of them. But yeah, the Aspect Warriors are getting, you know, bansheed. Not very well. They're not doing a good job. They look alright, but as a kit, I can't really recommend it. I couldn't really recommend the Howling Banshee one. But then again, the argument is they're Aspect Warriors. What other weapons would they have? You know, they're of an aspect. They're only going to have these scorpion blades and pistols. Well, yeah, I guess so, but if they're only going to have limited options and limited parts, make them really cheap. You don't need to apply the Primaris tax to them. You know, not every box set needs to be priced like every book, every novel. Not every book and box set needs to be priced equivalently. Especially with like Primaris stuff and you know, sell these at a loss, or make way less profit out of these, and then take the profit that you do make from Space Marines and fill that gap if you must. But there's no way I would agree with them charging the same for these, even if they are going to sell far fewer than the Space Marines. That just doesn't hold up with me now. Any tip where to start out with Chaos Space Marines? What were you thinking? Probably best asking that question in the Discord, really. But what were you thinking? I would say get like a Chaos Lord. The Chaos Terminators, I don't know. They're all right. The standard kit is good. The Havocs are good. The Raptors, I think they're an old kit now though. I'll try and avoid them. But really it's down to sort of what you like the look of. There's a couple of pricey models in the range. But what I would do is I would load up the, can't believe I'm saying this, load up the Games Workshop web store and filter it through Chaos stuff, then put like price high to low, and then have a look at the minis. The Combat Patrol, I can't remember what the Combat Patrol has off the top of my head. Yeah, Chaos Terminator Lord or Sorcerer, they're pretty good. I think Games Workshop just loves everybody's money, Revan, I think. The problem is with Games Workshop though is, unfortunately, there are a lot of things out of their control. There's still a lot of things in their control, but a lot of things out of their control is just the cost of living. You know, in general, your money doesn't go as far as it used to on everything from food to heating to petrol to even like rent and mortgages and things. So everybody's money is being squeezed, and at the same time, Games Workshop are increasing prices. So it's a double whammy, really. People have less money to spend generally, and they certainly have less money to spend on sort of luxury. And so when there's an increase in prices and things, it's almost like, well, I could barely afford it when it was at the price that it was. Now there's just no way. You know, I mean, I play a fair amount of video games, and I was chatting today earlier in the stream about Final Fantasy being £70. I think that like the deluxe edition's £100. £100 for a video game. I don't care if it lasts like 10 hours or 50 hours. That's a decent chunk towards, I mean, that's your food bill for the week. That's a decent chunk towards a new console. Or it's a big chunk towards your rent or something, you know. I think a lot of people nowadays are really questioning the price of things, of luxury goods and entertainment, and really making that decision of, you know, is it worth it? Is the dopamine, the enjoyment levels, are they worth it? Or could you get a similar kind of hit from, you know, watching YouTube videos? Or, you know, people have often said they do live vicariously through my unboxings and things, and yeah, I'm beginning to see that. You know. Anyway, Combat Patrol has Dark Apostle, Hellbrute. Oh, Hellbrute's an old model. Havocs are good. Legionnaires. Yeah, that's a good box. That's a good, if you can get it at a discount as well. Build a bear style. I like that. Yeah, if you can get it at a discount, you know, if you can get it from a third party, if you're in the UK, because I think Europe-wise, it might work out a similar price. But if you're in the UK, definitely try and use the Element Games affiliate link and things, and sort of support this channel and the content. That would be great. But yeah, you can normally find Games Workshop products about 20% cheaper. So if that Combat Patrol is £100, you know, you're going to get it for sort of 80. And £80 for all that stuff is not too bad, and that'll keep you busy for a while. You know, I would seriously, if you're going to start an army like that, take it from someone who has started many armies. Buy the Combat Patrol, build it all, try and paint it all. I mean, you only need 3 colours on every model to make it game worthy, according to Games Workshop, before you buy anything else. Like, it's very, very easy with this hobby to buy something and build it, and once you've built it, you're like, oh, I wouldn't mind that tank. Like, I'll buy that tank and I can build that tank and see how the tank goes with these built minis. And then you get in you get into a bit of a situation, a painting backlog situation. Favourite traitor and loyalist legions? Wow, I hope that question is out to everyone. Wow, that is brilliant. My favourite traitor legion, I would probably say Thousand Suns. I find them very interesting, and the whole kind of that they were reduced to 1,000. I find that the thought of what do they call it when they're walking in the ether and stuff and in the warp. I find that very interesting. The spiritual kind of sort of side. Favorite Loyalist Legion. That's a really good one. I probably Dark Angels. I mean, I've got my Dark Angels force, and I like that they were the first Legion. I like that they've got lots of secrets. I like how they've kept all the best weapons and gear for themselves. Yeah, a bit like the British Empire, really, aren't they? Just go around stealing things. Try not to get too political, but yeah, I'd say Dark Angels are my favourite loyalist, and Thousand Sons my favourite traitor legion. There are parts in other traitor legions that I really like. Uh, some Emperor's Children stuff, and some World Eaters stuff. I like the parallels between the World Eaters and Blood Angels. If you've read any of the Horus Heresy books and things, I won't go into spoilers, but you know, both of those legions do share some parallels. So it's I like that about the World Eaters. And Khan is just a very funny chap. Death Guard, probably Death Guard are a very close second after Thousand Sons, but you did ask me what my first was, so but yeah, no, I find it's just a tragedy, really, the whole Death Guard Legion and things, and Mortarion, and you know, again, without going into spoilers, I've read a few novels that have Death Guard in, and they've been real page turners, to use the phrase. I find Custodes quite interesting, though. How each one is like a lion, very unique and individual. But kind of quite useless when demons come around. They need those Sisters of Silence to null block things, and they do need the old Grey Knights to chip in. But I like the synergy between sort of Custodes and normal Space Marines whenever they get to fight together. But yeah, was not expecting Thousand Sons, really. I don't know. I have a lot of books. maybe it's that. Maybe I've just really enjoyed Graham McNeil's depictions of that legion. Alpha Legion are good, yeah. Alpha Legion are good. Alpharius, I enjoyed that book. That was good. Night Lords and nice. I've tried airbrushing a friend's Space Marines. Took a while. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. You know, definitely take your time. Not only just Space Marines, but kind of what Traitor Legion you want to go for. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, you're going to be the one that's painting them, building them. And it's going to be a labour of love. And the beauty about this hobby is, you know what? If you start the Chaos Space Marine force and you build up sort of a 2,000 point army, 3,000 point army, and then a year or two down the line you think, you know what, actually I really like the Loyalist stuff, or I just want to get some Knights. Sorry about that. Yeah, if you want to get some Knights or some Loyalist units, you can just sell your Chaos Space Marine stuff, and they'll probably hold their value quite well. And that is a beauty about this hobby, is you can start something and then in a year or two move on to something else within the hobby. So yeah, for people that are kind of indecisive or you want to try something new, it's good for that, definitely. No, it's just because the battery's running low. When the battery's running low, it gives me a pop up to say that it is running low, and when it gives me the pop up, it completely stops the video. So sorry about that. That's fine. Thank you for letting me know though. I will put the charger in now actually. Oh, I do have a. Oh wow, I've got a charger right here. Cool. That's actually quite handy. There we go. I did have it fully charged at the start, but I guess it just depletes, doesn't it, after 3 hours? I mean, it's not plugged in all the time. That's the thing. There we are. Right, that's this one done, this base one. As I say, the first one out of the two will be built just as they've built it, and then the second one I will match the weapons so that they don't look the same. But yeah, probably giving you like a 10-minute heads up. Could even be a 5-minute heads up, just to say that I will be logging off in a little while. But it has been great to speak to you all. Thank you for all your questions. And you won't have to wait too long for the next live stream. It will be Monday morning, but it won't be this. It will be the Acheron, the Night Acheron. We'll be building that from start to finish. Might not finish it in the whole live stream, but I don't want to rush it. But I do actually want to build a full night in the live stream. That'd be quite cool. Nice little tactical rock. Again, as I say earlier, you might want to hide the tactical rocks. I don't think you can remove them altogether because it would. You could replace them with something, You could put the foot in a bit of cork maybe. So a much smaller tactical rock, I guess then. But just something that shows that they're not all on, you know, that there's twins with the same rock, possibly. This is an odd pose, if ever I saw one. Okay. Yeah, and then that's that one. So we've built the 5. We've got enough for a legal unit, an Exarch and 4 other Scorpions. 5 more to build. As I say, I'll probably do that off stream. Could do that tomorrow night, really, or any time during the week. But yeah, Monday morning will be the Atron. Won't be too early, but yeah, I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed building those. Right, so I hope you enjoy the non-Warhammer content tomorrow. Hope you enjoy that. Most likely will be something to do with watches. But yeah, thank you everyone that's joined tonight. I hope you've been successful in your hobby endeavours, and yeah, I will hopefully see you Monday or during next week. Yeah, thank you for joining everyone, and yeah, thanks for watching. The Emperor Protects. Thanks, Maxim. Thank you.